Okay, so while we are waiting for people to join, while they are connecting their audios and everything, let's share a few of the facts about the country, about Asia today. Before I share something what I have, I want to ask you something. Lucia, have you ever been to any country in Africa?
Yeah.
I
I've
was
been
in
to
Morocco. Yeah, Morocco, just.
Morocco.
Yes, Morocco.
Okay, and have you ever been to South Africa?
No, no. I
So
wish to go there, but
so
not.
this is your first event for South Africa, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And Eduardo, where have you been in Africa?
I've been in Morocco, Algeria, Egypt, Tanzania.
Okay, you have been to a few places.
Yeah, a couple another ones.
That's great. That's great. What is the interesting thing that we know about Africa?
Well, especially South Africa, they have a great wine industry. Awesome wine industry.
Wine industry.
I don't know. Population. It's. I mean, it's. They have this big political thing called apartheid, but that caused a lot of trouble with them there for everybody.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. Well,
thankfully, they got rid of it.
Let me share a few things that I know about the country. And before we go ahead, I want to tell you that we have a few neighboring countries of South Africa, a few people from Madagascar joining us today, a few people
awesome.
from Botswana joining us today as well. So and we have a few people joining us from Namibia as well. So I'll tell a couple of points that I have recently researched about is like, first of all, is South Africa has 11 official languages.
11.
Official languages, and they have 3 capital cities. Unlike other countries, they have 3 capital cities. And the largest diamond ever found on planet was in South Africa, which was 3,106 carats. So just imagine the size of that diamond. I don't think I can actually even imagine that size of the diamond. So, and the second part is that's the only country that voluntarily abandoned their nuclear weapon program. So that's a big thing about that country. Talking about Botswana, their currency is called rain, so which means the value of water. So when they trade, they call it how many rains instead of how many dirhams or other currencies that we speak. So that's the different thing about them. Okawonga River Delta is the largest in the world, 22,000 kilometers square. Size of I think it's size of a city, more than cities, actually more than a city. So it's a huge, massive place. What else do we know about it? Madagascar is the 4th largest island on this planet, and it is the only island which has over 80 species of lemurs.
Yes, I know.
They are not found anywhere else. They are not found anywhere else. Only in Madagascar. So yeah, there are a few very nice things, and Africa being one of the famous places, anyways. Let's start the show. I think we have people joining in, and we are almost ready with it. Correct?
Great.
Ready?
Yeah.
Great. Let me start it from here. Okay. Hello and welcome to a Global Investment Real Estate and Residency Show, an exclusive event brought to you by TEG Media, a global marketing platform that deals in online and offline events. I am Abdul Basit, a part of this exceptional team and director of TEG Media, and I'm also your host today. Africa, we all know, is an exciting place, exciting people, very warm people. We have had such a great response from everyone there. People are so friendly. People like to speak. They are very open, and they do like to ask questions. And that's the best thing we like about Africa. With that, for African nationals, we have two speakers here, two companies representing two different programs. Uh, African businessmen, African investors who are looking forward for second passports, options to have a second residency, want to settle their businesses somewhere else, or want to buy properties in different parts of the world. With that, I would like to introduce our first speaker who are representing Portugal here. If you are someone who wants to be in Europe, who wants to become a European or invest in Europe, this is your chance. Portugal being one of the best places to invest in real estate. With that, we have two speakers with us representing Ambassador Luxury Real Estate. First of all, I would like to introduce Ms. Lucia Rusetskaya, who is the owner of Ambassador Real Estate, and she owns the company since 2008. She is running this company successfully with her husband, and she's here to help us with the immigration issues. With that, her colleague, Ms. Daria Litvinets. Daria was born in Ukraine, and for last 12 years she is living in Portugal. She has a wide experience in tourism, and also worked in port wine cellars. Right now she's working with Ambassador Luxury Real Estate and the brilliant team of this company. She speaks Russian, Ukrainian, Portuguese, and English. With that, hello ladies, how are you doing today?
Hello. Hello. Pleasure to be here.
Great. How are you doing today?
We are very good. We're ready to start to explain about the golden visa in Portugal.
Well, welcome to Africa. The floor is yours. Please share your screen.
We had work with South Africa already. We had a few clients. Today we want to explain about the golden visa in Portugal, how you can get it, and we will explain new rules that will start from 1st of July this year. So let me share the screen and start the presentation. So we are going to talk about the new rules of golden visa in Portugal. First of all, I'd like to talk a little bit about golden visa. As you all know, it's the program made for investors who want to invest into Portuguese economics by investing in real estate, direct investments, or in business or in cultural science. In this case, this program started in 2012 and it lasts till today with the same, more or less the same rules. But from the July 1st, 2021, the rules are going to be changed. So please think we are going to explain right now. There are four main types of investment in Portugal. For golden visa, which permits people to have the residence permit without actually living here. So it's a special kind of visa. So the old rules are working till June 30, 2021, and the new rules start from July 1st. The first option for investment is a direct investment, the most easiest one. 1 million euros deposit on one's Portuguese bank account. You have to open your bank account and keep your investment for 5 years in order to keep your residence permit. Actually, it works with any kind of investments. The second option of direct investment is the investment of 350,000 euros minimum in venture funds. Starting from July 1st, we are gonna we have the minimum investment, 1,500,000 euros into the deposit onto one's Portuguese bank account, and the minimum of 500,000 euros of investment in venture funds. The next one is the business investment. The first option, you have to create your own company in Portugal and create 10 job positions and keep them for 5 years. In case if you don't want to create a new company, you can invest in already existing company in Portugal, 350,000 euros minimum. And the company which you invest in undertakes the creation of 5 job positions for the next 3 years. From July 1st, the minimum investment in the existing company in Portugal is going to be 500,000 euros. The first option maintains the same. So you just create the new company and create job positions for 5 years. The next one is the investment into the science, the minimum of 350,000 euros, and in cultural heritage, the minimum of 250,000 euros, which is going to be from July 1st, 500,000 euros into the scientific research and 350,000 euros into the cultural heritage and the maintenance of art. Real estate investment, is probably the most reliable and profitable way of investment, and you have few options. The option of investing 500,000 euros in any kind of property in any location, independently of its age, of its population. The second kind of investment is if the location you choose where the property is located is the low population, has the low population density, or with GDP per capita of less than 75%, you can invest the minimum of 400,000 euros. The second option is investing 350,000 euros minimum in the real estate, which is located in the rehabilitation area, like Porto, for example, or Lisbon, the city center, or in the building, which is more than 30 years old. And the second option of this rehabilitation area is, if the rehabilitation area is located in the low population density city, it's going to be, the minimum investment for visa is going to be 280,000 euros. So it's the lowest amount that you can pay for golden visa. And these rules are going to be, are going to work till the end of June this year. So if you want to apply for golden visa, it's better to do it before the end of June. If you don't mind about the prices, because the prices are going to rise from July 1st. And from July 1st, the investment of 500,000 euros, it's going to be 1 million euros in any kind of real estate, in any location. And the 400,000 euros, which is characterized by low population density areas or GDP less than 75% of national average per capita, it's going to be 500,000 euros. The next one, the investment in the real estate in the rehabilitation area of 350,000 euros minimum is going to become 500,000 euros minimum from July 1st. And the minimal investment you can make 280,000 euros in the low population density and rehabilitation area, or in the building with more than 30 years, is going to become 350,000 minimum. And there will be the new parameter for investment in real estate. Anywhere, in any location except Porto and Lisbon and outside of rehabilitation area, from July 1st, it's going to be 750,000 euros minimum. And from the same date, Portuguese coast is taken off the low population density areas, because before that, 23. Okay. And Madeira and Azores are going to be added into the low population density areas instead of Portuguese coast. But this change, Lucia was telling me, this change is going to be from 2023. I'm sorry for this mistake. This is going to be the map. So the low population density is painted blue. Well, now we're going to talk a little bit about the advantages of golden visa in Portugal. It's quite fast acquisition of residence permit in 8-9 months. The mandatory stay with golden visa is only 14 days for each 2-year permit, because the first permit is given for 2 years. Then you renovate it for 2 years more, and then 2 years more. So in total, it's going to give you 6 years. If during the 5 years of having residence permit, you follow all the conditions, all the rules, in the end of the 5 years, you can apply for the Portuguese permanent residence or for Portuguese citizenship. So the only mandatory stay in Portugal with golden visa is only 14 days for each 2 years. You don't have to live here. You don't have to work here. It's not the obligation. The possibility of citizenship after 5 years, I already told it. And actually, Portugal is the only European country which provides Portuguese residence, citizenship with such a nice conditions. So you don't have to pay any extras for a passport. You don't have to invest or offer something to Portugal, to the Portuguese government. You can make an investment which you can put to work to rent, for example, and so you have also your income. So kind of a return of your investment. Well, Portugal also accepts 2 citizenships. So there's no problem if you have your own citizenship. If your country permits to have double or 2 or 3 citizenships, Portugal is okay with that. No problem. If your country doesn't permit you to have double citizenship, you can apply for permanent residence permit. Well, you have the possibility to study, to have the state health insurance, official work, and lead your own business in Portugal, having just the golden visa permit, just like any person in Portugal. And obviously, one of the most important things, you have the open circulation in the Schengen area. You can invest as a person or as a company, depending on kind of investment you choose and the profits you're going to have from this, and obviously taxes. All involves the different conditions. So it's very important for our company, to speak to person and to see what kind of motivation for this person to have the golden visa. If it's for residence, if they want the property to live here, or to rent, or to work, like to open the business. So it's very important to talk to person in order to advise what is the best way to invest oneself or as a company. The properties you can buy in order to, I mean, you can buy 1, 2, 3 properties, for example, 2 apartments in order to achieve that amount foreseen by the program. For example, you want the apartment in 2 apartments in Porto, in the rehabilitation area. So you can invest in those 2 apartments 350,000 euros. It's the minimum amount, and don't have to buy just 1 apartment for this amount. And if you want to invest in something more expensive, like the hotel or guest house, you can apply for 2, 3 golden visas, for example, or you can apply just for 1 golden visa, invest in just 350,000 euros, and for the rest of amount, ask for the mortgage, because Portuguese government allows mortgages for non-residents up to 70% of the whole amount. And you can rent your property right after the purchase. You don't have to wait any time. After receiving the citizenship or the permanent residence, you have the possibility to sell it, or to offer it, or do it whatever you want with it. The only mandatory thing is you have to keep your investment for 5 years, until the moment when you get your citizenship. And obviously, all this process you can make remotely with us, because we have a very wide experience of making the golden visa to people remotely, especially in this difficult time, you know, difficult to travel. We have 3D videos, 3D tours for apartments, for hotels, so you can walk around without actually being here physically. It's also much easier right now. What is so great about Portugal? Well, obviously, it's a good educational level, which is valid in any European country due to Bologna Treaty. Good quality of life, state health insurance, low criminality. Actually, Portugal is in the first 3 countries, the most safest countries in the world. It's on the 3rd place, which we really like it. You can walk around. You don't have to be worried about your property if you are not here, if you're not residing here in Portugal. You have the protection of the property, of the owner rights, regardless of your nationality, citizenship, anything. So if it's on your name, it's yours. Non-residents can apply for the mortgage in the Portuguese banks, and as I told you, it's also a great advantage. And attractive taxation systems.
And one more thing, if you will apply for golden visa, Portuguese golden visa, all your family will also have Portuguese residence, your wife or husband, children, even your parents.
Yeah, it is a possibility to apply for, and even sometimes sisters and brothers, if they're dependent on the investor. Now we are going to show you a few of our projects, development projects in Portugal. Actually, this one is Gonçalo Cristóvão Street. It's a development with 21 apartments. Excuse me. 21 apartments. They are all small because they're located in the city center, in the historical city center, right next to the main metro station, Trindade. They are between T1 and T2, like 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms, and the studio. A very nice apartment, especially if you want to rent them afterwards, because it's really nicely located. You can see here some renders. They are 3D modulations. It's not it's not right now. It's going to be like that. And actually, Gonçalo Cristóvão, has very nice prices for these apartments, starting from 161,000. To apply for Golden Visa, you can buy 2 apartments in this building, for example, in order to achieve that mandatory amount of 350,000 euros. This one is another project. It's actually already in the end of its constructions. Firmeza Street building, which is the historical building, which was renovated, absolutely renovated from inside and outside. You can see the only thing they maintained was the facade, because it's mandatory to maintain that original facade. They just painted it and reinforced, obviously. This building has 5 apartments, 3 T0s. Sorry, T0s. Yes, 3 and 2 T2, 2 bedrooms, 2 bedroom apartments. One of those 2 bedrooms is duplex, so it has 2 stories. It's actually very nice apartments with the high quality materials used. You can see here the wooden floor, the stone, the marbles used in this building. So a nice quality apartment, which could be also very profitable for renting because they are located in the city center. The next one is the residential complex with lounge terrace on the rooftop. You can see here that not that many apartments. Sorry, not that many apartments. Around 16. And on the rooftop, you have this nice pool and the lounge zone and the sea view, where you can have some events with your friends to relax. And you can see here some interiors of these apartments. They're actually quite nicely located, not inside of the city center, but a little bit outside, next to the beach and sea and the river. So these apartments probably are more suitable for families, for people who want to live in the very calm side. The next possibility of buying the property is the guest house, the commercial property. In this case, it had, excuse me, it has the price. It's a little bit lower right now. It's 1,175,000, and it is located in the city center, but at the same time has this nice part with the green grass and the lounge, where you can actually feel like you're outside somewhere in the village, not in the city center. It maintained a very nice traditional walls, the stone walls, because this building is also in the rehabilitation area, so we have to keep, for example, the facade and all this original structure, but it feels very cozy there. So it's like a guest house, but it's not as a hotel, a big hotel. You feel like home in here. And as I told you before, you have 2 possibilities. If you want to apply for just one golden visa, you can invest 350,000 euros, and for the other amount, the rest of the amount, ask for the mortgage in the Portuguese bank. The mortgage rates right now are from 1.5% to 2%. And you have also the possibility of applying for 3 golden visas. If you, for example, have your brothers, sisters, or other friends who want to apply for golden visa in Portugal, you can invest all together. The only mandatory thing is that each one has to pay that mandatory amount of 350,000 euros in this case, in case of this guest house, per person, in order to have the right for applying for golden visa. Another very nice option is Spa Hotel in Algarve, Lagos. Actually, they sell the suites and they pay a very nice percentage. So you have around 7 to 10% of yearly income. So it's guaranteed. So independently of, or 7% are guaranteed independently of quantity of the rents they have per year. And you also have the right to stay there for around 2 weeks. Then we have a luxury residences project in Lisbon, located in the not really in the city center, but nearby the river, on the next to the Praça dos Nações. How do we call it in English? Well, it's the square of das Nações. Square das Nações. You can see there the river Tejo and the bridge, 25th of April, one of the longest bridges in Portugal and I guess in Europe too. So these luxury residences actually are also for renting, but you can also spend some time there and you have 3% of yearly profit. They actually combine two different things. It's located in the city. It's very modern, but at the same time, you have the garden, the green garden, the lounge on the rooftop. And well, the excellent way to invest. In our database, we don't have only the residential properties, but also commercial hotels, as you saw, houses, vineyards, lands, any kind of markets. And we also help with all the process. We accompany the client from the plane to the plane, let's say. So all the process is on us. If the client wants to make it on a distance, we can also arrange it with no problem. Actually, from the August last year to 2020, we closed 12 golden visa. 11 of those were made by on distance. So it's not a problem for us. We're actually very experienced in working remotely. On our website, you can see more of our properties and contact us on this contact if you are interested in asking any questions. So thank you very much for the attention.
Now we're ready to answer to your questions.
Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you so much. Interesting presentation with some nice houses there. Would love to visit you guys very soon. As soon as the pandemic is over, I would like to come and see all these properties myself as well.
Welcome.
We do have a few questions for you here. We'll start with the first one, which is what is the return on this investment?
Depends on which kind of investment you have, because
it is normally it's from 3 to 8%. It depends. Sometimes can be 10%. It always depends on the investment. What kind of investment? What kind of property will you buy?
Great. The next question is, what documents do I need to start the process?
Well, you need your passport. Obviously, you need to show us your tax number, the local tax number, and we will start the process from the point when you sign the contract with the advocates, with the attorney, because he will lead all the process here in Portugal, will represent the person. If all the process is made remotely, obviously it's the most easiest way.
The client will sign the contract with our advocates, and then he needs just to have his passport and fiscal number of his country, and then we will open account in the Portuguese bank here for him, and fiscal number in Portugal also. And after that, he must bring the document, for example, like
The birth certificate. Yeah, these are basic documents that I think the person needs anywhere for any process. So birth certificate, passport, tax number, and that's it. And obviously he has to have the amount for investment, which he will transfer to his Portuguese bank account, so he can make the investment.
Yeah, just an extension of this question. Is there any document that needs to be translated into Portuguese as well?
It can be translated to English.
Oh, English documents are acceptable.
Yes, yes.
Great. The next question is, do I need a language test to become a citizen, and how difficult language is? How hard the test is? What are the other requirements?
Okay, well, you need the test only when you apply for the citizenship. During those 5 years when you have your golden visa, it's probably better to have few lessons. It's not a difficult test.
If you are investing to get golden visa, you have no
for golden visa, no.
Make an exam. If you will keep permanent residence in Portugal, you have no to make an exam. You have to make exam Portuguese language just
for
if
passport.
if you want to get the Portuguese passport. It's not so difficult language. I am from Lithuania. When I came here, I was speaking Russian, Lithuanian, and English. Well, I start to speak Portuguese in 6-7 months. So it's not very easy, very difficult. It's not very difficult, you know. And an exam is not so difficult also.
It's A2 level. Yeah. So you can
very simple.
You can do it online too.
Yes. Yes.
Sounds interesting. Next question we have is, what if the golden visa is refused? Can a person reapply, or they will get a refund? How does that work?
Well, we didn't have it in our experience, because if the person follows all the rules and all the conditions, and we have everything and all the documents from this person, doesn't happen. You just have to make the investment of that exact amount.
Golden visa is the process where the investor automatically will get the Portuguese residency. So if he invested in Portugal and will get all the documents he needs, he will get the Portuguese residency.
Great. One question that I would like to ask here from my end. We know that these golden visa program is going to be changed very soon. So can you please tell people a little about it and why it is the right time to, if they want to apply, this is the right time to do it. So if you can please stress a little about on this point.
Yes, the most important, I think, if somebody wants to get the Portuguese residency, golden visa now, because it's more cheaper. From 1st of July, it will gonna be more expensive. Another rules will not change, nothing more documents, just the prices. And from 2023, Porto, Lisbon will not enter to the golden visa at all. So now is the best time to invest here to get the golden visa.
Great. Thank you so much, ladies, and all the listeners who are listening to us, all the viewers who are with us right now on YouTube and on Zoom with us. This is actually the right time to invest before it gets expensive. It is a golden opportunity for all of you to get in touch with Ambastar, and whoever is looking forward to invest in real estate in Europe, Portugal is the right place. Thank you so much, ladies. We loved your presentation and hoping to see you again very soon.
Thank you very much.
With that, we would like to move to our next company. We have with us Feria DC, who are representing EB5 USA. People who are dreaming to relocate to USA or wants to have a business settled in USA and move there with their families. We are here to give you some more information about how you can invest in a business in USA and relocate there. With that, I would like to introduce our first speaker, who is Mr. Eduardo Arnal. Mr. Eduardo is a senior professional with 15 plus years of experience in operation management. With him is Mr. Juan Sales. Mr. Juan is a chef and entrepreneur with 15 plus years of experience. He is running a successful restaurant with over 60 employees right now. Joining them is their colleague, Mr. Christopher Genoa, who is the founder and managing partner for the Urban Hotel Group. Hello, gentlemen. How are you doing today?
Adol, thank you for the introduction. We're doing great. For just hearing the good news from Portugal. Basically, I want to welcome Christopher into these webinars. We have been doing this together with you for a while, but this is the first time Christopher is with us, so we hope he enjoys it.
Yes, warm welcome to Christopher. We know that you are a busy person and you're based in Africa, so it would be nice to hear a few interesting things from you about the plan and about the industry and how Africans especially can benefit from it.
Absolutely. So I understand a lot of your audience is from Africa, and we're based, I'm in Cape Town right now, but our operations are in Lusaka, Zambia, and Maputo, and also here in Cape Town in South Africa. And, you know, it's amazing to me how, you know, I spent a couple of years running the American Chamber of Commerce here in Zambia. And it always shocked me how little awareness there was of the EB5 program in general. You know, the fact that the United States has a golden passport, golden visa program.
Great. Let's do it together. Let's create some more awareness among the people, and let's start with the presentation. I would ask you guys to please share your screen and let's start.
Sure. Well, you have to excuse my voice is a little bit compromised, so if I speak a little bit slowly, you'll just make a pause to drink some water.
No problem at all.
Please
Too much smoking, Eduardo.
Excuse me. Well, we're here to discuss our project Feria, okay? Feria DC. I'm going to pass the word. This is basically the time to dream big, okay? And big, by big, we mean the EB5 program. EB5 means employment based, and it is the world's most desirable U.S. immigration investment program. It is administered by the USCIS, the Citizenship and Immigration Services of the U.S. Okay, let me pass to Juan so he can begin describing the program.
Yes, hello. Thank you all for being here. I'm gonna talk to you about the EB5 Investor Visa Program. So it's actually an employment-based visa created to stimulate the economy and job growth. It allows foreigners to become permanent residents. It's basically a method of obtaining a green card by investing money in a business in the United States. It's one of the fastest methods actually to obtain the green card. So, and after obtaining that green card, after a few years, you will be able to apply for the U.S. citizenship. So if that is your goal, that it's only an investment away. Next slide, please. So the benefits of the EB5 visas, it actually gives you unrestricted employment options, greater chance for college admission and reduced tuition for your children. You have the opportunity to travel freely in and out of the US. You could apply for additional support through retirement, and these benefits apply to your entire household. So your wife and your unmarried children under 21 will be able to apply with you.
Okay, what are the requirements of this program? These are the basic requirements. The investor is required to invest 900,000 if the investment is within a TEA area. Our project Feria DC is within a TEA area, so we benefit from the minimum investment of 900,000. Also, each investor must create 10 full-time jobs from their investment. So each 900,000 should create 10 full-time jobs. And the investor must demonstrate that the capital is doesn't come from any criminal activities. So, of course, if you are interested in participating in the program, just let us know, and we will set up a meeting with our immigration attorney at any time. So this is basically your quickest path to U.S. citizenship, and you can obtain it, as Juan said before, within 18 months. I don't know, Chris, if you want to add anything here, if you have been doing EB5 projects for a while.
Yeah, no, what makes the program so exciting is that, you know, it's all inclusive of your immediate family, and presently it is absolutely the fastest and most efficient way to get American citizenship, bar none. It's a program that has been around since 1990, as it was mandated as an act of Congress, and so it's a program that the U.S. State Department and the government is really behind, and it's become quite a fascinating industry. I think one of the things that I think is notable, especially for the African market, is that heretofore this was a program that was really optimized by the Chinese community. In fact, most of the EB5 visas were granted to 4 countries: China, South Korea, Taiwan, and I forgot the other one. Another Asian country, I can't remember what it was. And now the mood is that they want to apportion the visas across a wider range of countries, and Africa in particular, because Africa is so underrepresented in the United States. And so it's a really exciting program and a very exciting moment to be part of it.
Awesome, great. Let's move forward to describing the project. Okay, what is really Feria DC? Feria is a fixed income property investment that provides food services, retail space, operations and systems infrastructure to multiple subtenants in a format we call culinary hall. It is indeed a culinary hall. It will have everything related to gastronomy and many more things. It will also be set up as a market, so it will have a flower shop, chocolatier, everything. It is also a full-service, unique, first-class incubator concept. Okay? It is located in Washington, D.C.'s downtown area, and it will have 8 fully equipped kitchens with chef-driven, high-quality culinary proposals within a casual and modern setting. It will also provide an exceptional opportunity to chefs and food startups to refine their concepts and interact with the general public with gourmet cuisine at affordable prices. And what we want to do is assemble this in a comfortable, festive environment that emulates the traditional European markets. Okay, as I'm gonna borrow a phrase from Chris, and I say, well, basically what we are is it's a landlord that sells liquor. So Chris, you want to add something to it?
Sure, I'd love to. So I'm a property guy. That's my main thing. And this investment is intriguing because it's one of those situations where location is everything, and it's in a fantastic location in Washington, D.C., which I'm very familiar with, and it's got a robust culinary culture. Initially, when I saw the project, I thought to myself, well, I don't know, it's a restaurant project. I think I understand that. I used to own a couple of restaurants. But then I realized as I looked and shared with the guys, I was like, guys, this is a property project. This is not a restaurant project. This is a project where you become the master lessee of a prime retail location that has the feasibility, and you become a master. You become the landlord and master tenant to a bunch of subtenants, which is a really exciting business. The culinary food hall category is actually one of the bright spots in the retail sector right now. It's a growth category. So if you were looking at starting a shopping mall or an office building, probably not a very good investment at this time. Culinary halls represent sort of the food and beverage manifestation of the sharing economy, and everything that has to do with the sharing economy, whether it's Uber or Airbnb, is blowing up. And so I got very excited about this project when I really understood the bones and the meat and potatoes of it. This is a property deal, and you have subtenants, and it will engender very high occupancies. And the neat thing about the sharing economy property model is that you get superior returns. If you were to rent this space out as one to one tenant, you would probably get maybe 30% of what you would get if you use it as use this model where you have multiple tenants. And that's why the sector is doing so well. So I think that's my 2 cents as a property guy. That's how I see this opportunity.
Thank you. I mean, it's great to have partners that are as excited as we are here. Okay. Also, as Chris just said, this is the concept is part of the surge in the sharing economy, such as Airbnb and Uber. And culinary halls like Feria have become the fastest growing retail niche in the food industry, according to several industry magazines. Okay, and this is a very unique concept, and here we can see how the market in the city is at this time. So we can see that the city is fully established as a food oriented city. So we expect to make the most out of it. Okay, then we have an exceptional operating team. There's me, Juan, and Michael as operational team. I am a senior professional with 20+ year experience in operations management and project management. I have a master's degree in supply chain management and a master's degree in maritime law and business. I was director of operations of the biggest window covering corporation in Europe for more than 8 years before leaving to set up this project. Okay, I'm going to let Juan present himself. Please, Juan, go ahead.
Yes, hello. I am a chef and entrepreneur with more than 15 years of experience. I graduated from Le Cordon Bleu in Paris and from the École Hôtelière de Lausanne in Switzerland. I co-founded and I'm currently the executive chef of a concept in Venezuela. We established it in 2003. We currently have 4 points of sale and over 60 employees. A couple of years ago, we opened a restaurant and takeout shop in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Last year, I decided to sell it to focus myself completely on Feria. So, and as Eduardo told you, I'm going to be one of the operators of the business.
Great. Well, Mike is not present here with us, but I'm going to talk a little bit about him. But when it comes to starting successful restaurants, Michael has been there and done that. He's perhaps known for many iconic DC restaurants, the Occidental, Simon Harris, and many more. He also went to serve as restaurant division president of Centerplate. He's in the board of directors of the National Restaurant Association and was CEO of the DC Convention Center. He now is president of his own hospitality independent consultancy service, and it's partnering with us. And of course, we're bringing the star of the show, which is our partner in the African region, Mr. Christopher Janu, who can explain a little bit about himself and his business. But I think he already did. Please, Chris, go ahead.
I refuse to be the star of the show. No, as I mentioned, I'm a property fellow. I'm a developer. I'm a founding partner of a hotel brand called the Urban Hotel Group, and also a development group called Urban Africa Capital, which does retail centers and mixed-use centers. My background is actually restaurants in New York City. I had several, and so have a soft spot for this business, and I find it quite exciting, especially when you've got a good formula. It can be extremely lucrative, and so I'm delighted to be a part of the project. And I'm not really looking for new projects, but I thought this was a very unique project. The gentleman had done so much work before I had met them. They validated the concept. They obviously have the talent, the operational experience to execute, which is always the main thing. And they had done a great deal of DD on the property. They secured the lease, and they had raised a considerable amount of money just from their wider network. So given all the work they had put into it, it was clear to me that this was quite serious, and these guys were serious. And so it's a pleasure to be affiliated with the project, and I believe in it and know that it will be successful.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, Juan, please go ahead.
Yeah, so we are specialists in the food and beverage operation industry and logistics, but this is actually our first EB5 concept project. So we decided to partner with the gold standard in EB5. So our immigration attorneys who have helped us develop all the project documentations are Sol Ewing RC on there, one of the biggest firms in the business. We hired NES Financial to administrate the EB5 funds, and we are currently working with two regional centers, Causa out of Puerto Rico and EB5 Affiliate Network out of Washington, DC. Next. So I'm going to explain to you a little bit how Feria actually makes money, how it works. So as Christopher and Eduardo mentioned, our main source of income is licensing. We are going to be renting spaces to chefs and entrepreneurs who want to develop their concept. Another important aspect of this project is that we are going to operate the bar. So the bar operations are going to be handled by Feria team, and that's going to be a very interesting source of income. We are also working on deliveries. During the pandemic, there was a big rise in delivery sales and pickups, and from people actually eating at home and ordering from the restaurant. So we decided that we were going to centralize all the deliveries and pickups for all the 8 kitchens, and we are gonna manage that operation. So all that food that's going to be going to different customers via Uber Eats, via Grubhub, or walk-ins and pickup walk-ins is going to be handled by us and operated by us. Other interesting sources of income are private events and catering. We actually have a kitchen that's going to be focused on private events, and we also have a way of actually portioning, closing the space, dividing it in half in case people want to do events, weddings, or art exhibits or whatever. Something that's very important and part of the central idea of our project is the incubator concept. So during the chef's experience in Feria, we are going to be helping them develop their concept and helping them get the right tools in order to successfully manage a food and beverage concept. So the idea is that if these chefs reach certain milestones, that we would help them go and open their own businesses hand in hand with us. We will also be looking for sponsors and advertisement opportunities, and we are going to offer mentoring, skills and talent development for these chefs and startup companies. Next. Next, please.
What?
Okay, yeah. So the capital needed to develop the project is $8.4 million. So we are going to be raising $6.3 million in EB5 investors. So it's going to be 7 EB5 in investor slots. We will be offering a 5% interest rate, annual interest rate. Okay. We raised 1.7 million in friends and family investment and personal investment from us, and we raised $400,000 in a commercial investment. These funds are going to be used for project building and construction, and a portion of that will be used as the working capital and startup funds. Also, we managed to negotiate with our landlord, and post-construction, he committed to giving us a 1.67 million in cash as soon as the construction is finished. So that money will be used for capital and interest payments for investors. All of this for an expected job creation of 174 jobs. So we actually, with the 7 investors, we actually need 70 jobs, but we have more than double of what we actually need. So we're very comfortable in that aspect.
Okay, this is our preliminary prospective P&L. I don't want to get into deeply into this, so our attendants don't get bored. But as you can see, Feria has a very good return, and it's perfectly capable of delivering what we promised. On the first year, as Juan just said, we're getting 1.6 million from the landlord's cash back, and we'll be saving this to pay our investor. That's why you see such an exceptional return on the first year. Okay. And of course, there's a very, very good number that our operational break-even is just 4 months into operations.
Okay, so I'm going to discuss with you the project status and the milestones we've achieved. Construction is targeted to start in March, April of this year, so in 3 months. Liquor license has already been granted. This is a very fast time to market project. So construction and setup will be 6 months. We are in a trophy location, a newly renovated space across from the historic Carnegie Library building. This historic building recently became an Apple store, and it's actually one of the biggest Apple stores in the USA. The building we are located in, it's fully leased and ready for occupancy, and co-tenants include Apple Inc., which Baker Botts Law Firm, Equinox Gym, and WeWork, who lease 3 whole floors.
Okay, let's go over what's going on this prime location. We already know that it's a great and exceptional location, but let's see what goes on in this space if we walk like 50 minutes away from this building. The median age is 34 years, a little bit younger, so that's younger than the US average. Population has been growing steadily since 2010. More than 100,000 daytime employees, which means that we are not expected just to have dinners of this place food just at dinners, but also during let's say late breakfast and early coffee and lunchtime. Also, average income, it's quite right. At this time, there's going to be more than 7,000 hotel rooms because they're building a couple hotels really close by, so that's actually growing again. And there are 217 and 220 events in the convention center, which is across the street, and on the Capitol Arena, which is 3 blocks away. We're going to see that in a map, like really easily. So we're basically located in the middle, and as you can see, we have the Apple Store, then the convention center. This is less than across the street, basically. Chinatown and the Capital One Arena are really close by. Also City Center, which is a Norman Foster's project that has all the top shopping in the city. Is there, if you can find from Louis Vuitton to Chanel, everything you want there, and it's just half a block away. Also, we're in the middle between the White House and the U.S. Capitol, so there's like in the middle of the city. Okay, I want to go over our operational strengths very quickly. We have a successful and experienced cordon bleu chef, a hospitality professional, which is one of the most experienced restaurateurs and consultant in the food and beverage business. The best technology, restaurant technology available, excellent location in DC with continuous traffic. We have one of the best PR firms in the country with an excellent social media and events team, which they will take care of the social media, and especially Instagram and Twitter accounts, so we can really be active there, and we can call people and come in to Feria from using those channels. We also have minimal operational involvement in each restaurant, which means that we are not operating anything. We are just renting. And we are experts in operations, which is also great. There's also one thing I really want to say, that we want to make our investors part of our project. I mean, it's just three of us developing this project. So you can be in contact with us at any time during the setup and operation of the project. I mean, we just want to make you feel secure about the investment, and especially the EB5 process you're in. This is the actual building, so it's waiting for us to come in. The building is already being occupied, so you can see that the space is there. Okay, Chris, you want to add something on the operational strengths or everything that comes to mind?
I think, from my point of view, you especially with an operation that involves a kitchen, you want it to be a
Sorry.
The secret sauce of this particular investment is that you've sort of outsourced the risk to your tenants, which means that though it's a culinary hall and it's a restaurant business where you serve food and beverage, the real risk quality control and the offering is basically delegated, which is, you know, about as good as you can do in the restaurant business. So I think operationally you've kind of mitigated all the major factors which would be normal risks in a more traditional restaurant operation.
Yeah, that was one of the ideas. I mean, we just we don't want to operate any restaurant, and have been focused on that since the beginning. We just want to bring the experience to the people. Also, we really want to bring that European market vibe, and the whole setup of the kitchens with bars, and I mean, with each one will have their own bar. I mean, that experience it's going to be brought into the patrons using that. So we just really want to make the most of the experience, and somebody else will run the restaurants, and we just want to make sure that they have the best quality, the best food, and the best innovation in their kitchens. So guys, here's our contact info. I will be sending this to all of you very soon. We will also add Christopher's contact info. So as he's our African partner, you can contact him directly, or his team directly. And please just feel free to contact us about the project or the EB5 program, which is the opportunity to dream big and get the US citizenship. That's all for us, and thank you for coming in. Thank you, Christopher, for assisting Juan, and Dario for being there.
Thank you.
Abdul, you can take over when you want.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you so much for that lovely presentation. We definitely enjoy these pictures of the food, especially. You do make me hungry. I have mentioned it quite a few times. With that, we do have a few questions for you, gentlemen, if you guys are ready.
Sure, go ahead.
Great. So the first question is that what are the qualifications needed to be considered?
Juan, you want to answer that?
Yeah. So in order to invest, you actually need the investment is $900,000. You would have to go through a source of funds verification process with a lawyer, and that's basically it.
Yeah, and I mean, there's no like practical qualification. Just do the investment. Especially, you need to take care of that, or you need to take into consideration that the investment is $900,000 on this project because we qualify as a TEA area project. In regular projects, you will have to invest $1.8 million, which is double the amount.
Mm-hmm. Great. A gentleman is asking that I'm from Madagascar. Is it okay for me to invest as well?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You can.
So there is no nationality barrier there.
No. I think there was a limit on how many applicants could be. I mean, how many people could be applicants for each country. But I think they're getting rid of that constraint. So it's going to be basically open for everybody.
Great. We have a very interesting question here that in the light of current economic downturn in the world, what is the assurance that there will be a progress and return?
Okay. The first thing is that we are going to open very late this year, around October, November, depending on permits. And that's basically dependent on permits. So it can be a little bit later, December. It will depend on the permits, construction permits. So by that time, we are expecting to be out of the pandemic, and fully mean, people want to go out, and people want to go out of their homes, and they want to enjoy themselves. So we expect that by the end of third third quarter of this year, we'll be out of the pandemic really deepest impact. So that's the assurance. I mean, we are, and we're also using the delivery as a very good source of income. So in case there's anything else, or some let's say something else comes, we have the ace under our sleeve of the delivery takeovers. I mean, we can use the delivery to get to your house eight different kind of food at the same time for as many people as you want. So it's great. I mean, you don't have to order from a Japanese place and then from an Indian place or from a Chinese place and then have it brought home with an hour difference. We just can deliver everything to your door. So we basically have ways to counteract whatever happens in regarding the economic downturn.
I could add something to that, because it's a great question. When you're investing, a lot of people are doing this because they want the visa, right? But they want the ROI. This is an investment, and so in any investment, you're always looking at the team. You're looking at the category, whether it's a growth category. You're looking at the location. You're looking at the business plan. What I found compelling about this particular project was that I was actually kind of shocked by the numbers, and the gentleman, I don't think this can really, I think it's almost misleading to think of it as a restaurant investment. It's a property investment. And it's the cash flows have been stress tested to the point where the bar for performance is quite low for this thing to be profitable. And that's where I see the sort of the angle in this. So if you're comfortable with a property investment and you're comfortable with some limited exposure to operations, then I think you'll be, there are other things about the investment that will tick the box. Location will tick the box, the operators will tick the box, the category will tick the box. And so, when I put my investment hat on, I'm comfortable, and I think that's, the due diligence that all the investors have to do, and to do their own stress tests on the model. But, I've committed to investing in it, and that says a lot, from a property guy's point of view.
Great. Thank you so much. We have a gentleman joining us now, and he wants to know what is the amount required in order to qualify for the visa, and does this extend to the spouse and children as well? So if you can kindly repeat that. Sure.
The amount required for this project will be $900,000 US dollars. Again, if you go to other projects, you probably will be needing $1.8 million. We qualify as a target employment area project, which gives us the benefit of that reduced amount. And for that investment, all your family would qualify for the green card. All your direct family. That means your spouse and your kids, if they are younger than 21 years old and not married.
Great. And what are the documentations required other than the investment documents that you require for investment? What are the other documentations required?
Well, basic documents are, of course, as everywhere else, they will ask for your criminal record. The source of funds documents are quite extensive, and you have to fill up certain documents from the immigration department. But I mean, it's just not that many documents you have. You will need to present.
Okay, fair enough. A question that I have received from many people, especially in Africa, and I think I would want to have your input on this, Christopher. how do we know that this program is legal?
The EB5 program.
In general, EB5 and Feria DC, because knowing what we have faced here is people are actually very concerned about the legality of the program. Knowing the things happened in the past, people are very concerned about it. So, how for African market, what is the right way to judge how to know that these programs are legal and their
Sure.
money with the Feria DC is secure?
Sure. Okay. So the program is actually run by the United States Customs and Immigration Service. So it's actually it's mandated and overseen by a branch of government in the United States, and that's easily verifiable. Now, any qualified investor is obviously going to have professional representation, and they will need an attorney to sort of help guide them through the process. Probably a personal attorney, as well as an EB5 attorney, because there will be a lot of things to consider, right? There'll be moving, there'll be tax implications, there'll be the KYC, the know your customer, the regular banking requirements that as Eduardo pointed out, will sort of verify source of funds and whatnot. So as the process starts, you will be dealing with professionals who will have direct links to the USCIS. These particular projects, Eduardo is using the term target economic area. That's a government designated zone that is targeted for economic development, and it's approved by the government. So as you start doing your due diligence, you'll know that Feria is part of a regional center, which is an authorized agent to work with target economic areas. And so as soon as you get into this process and you do your due diligence, because I see two avenues, right? You'll do a due diligence on the company and on the project, and then you'll do your DD on whether the EB5 program is actually right for you, and whether it ticks all the boxes in terms of your immigration needs. And so it'll be very, very easy to very quickly feel a comfort with the legality of it and understand it. If one were to Google it, you would see that it's the EB5 program is actually, it runs underneath the radar, but the truth is that a lot of the most famous projects in the United States are funded through EB5 money because it's low cost investment from offshore. So much so that the World Trade Center, the new World Trade Center, the Time Warner Center. I'm working on a Four Seasons project in New Orleans, where the largest shareholder is Bill Gates. There's all sorts of, there's a lot of information, and once you kind of get into that world, you'll see, oh my goodness, this is how a lot of developers do it. And so I think you'll get comfort quite easily as soon as you start, turning over the stones and seeing what's underneath.
Great. Thank you so much for your input, Christopher. You mentioned USCIS, and our next question is very much related to it. What if I have been rejected by USCIS in the past? Can I apply again?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Eduardo.
No, go ahead. Basically, I was going to say that I will have to contact our lawyer for that. But Grace, please go ahead.
Yeah, so it depends on the reason for the rejection. Like the immigration service is really clogged up, right? And so if you are trying to go through normal routes, trying to apply for an H-1B1 or something like that, there is a massive line for that, and you might find yourself waiting for years. However, as we were noting before. And you have to look at it from the point of view of the American government. The American government wants high net people to come and invest in the United States, especially in target economic areas, because it's a win-win. So while they might reject somebody who just wants to move because for opportunistic reasons, they're going to treat somebody who comes over with $900,000 a whole lot differently, because now you're bringing something to the table. So to answer your question directly, if you were rejected because you're a felon, because you broke the law, because you're you're not of good character or you're not of good standing in your own country, then that could present problems qualifying for the EB5. But if you're somebody who just got stuck in a big line and now you want to jump the line, then the EB5 is the way to do that, because when you show up with an investment, they treat you differently.
Great. Thank you so much, Christopher, for the detailed answer. Eduardo, Juan, thank you so much for a nice presentation. And we are definitely looking forward to have more questions. We will be passing on those questions to you. We are running out of time right now. And
Okay.
to all the viewers, you all will be contacted by our presenters. If you have any questions, you can ask directly or you can contact us. TG Media is always available to assist you. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe us on YouTube. The recording of this webinar will be available on YouTube as well. So if you want to view it again, you can. We'll be live again next week with the Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, and Ethiopia. So please, if you want to rejoin, you're more than welcome. Thank you so much, Daria, Eduardo, Christopher, and Juan for amazing presentations. Before we finish, I would like to say that this is a very good time if you are looking to settle in Europe. This is a very good time to invest in Portugal. Prices are going to go high, so make the right move and invest right now. And if you are looking forward to settle in USA, Feria DC is the right path. You most probably will not find these kind of returns anywhere else. With that, thank you so much, everyone, and have a good evening ahead. Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you
everybody.
very much.
Thank you, Christopher.
Thanks, gents.
Christopher.
Thank you. Bye.